Hey everyone, it's Andy from Primal again. I've been doing a lot of videos for the shop, such as the Spotlight on Local Vendors and the Ask the Butcher series, and one of the things that I'd wanted to do for a while is to do some cooking instructionals on some of the cuts that we keep in the case. So I got together with Kim, and we're going to show you how to cook a Cowboy Ribeye. And if you have any ideas of things that you'd like to see in the video series, just send me an email. It's Scullin, SCULLIN, at yourlocalbutcher.com, and I'll see what I can do about getting something put together for you. But without further ado, here it is, how to cook a Cowboy Ribeye. Okay, and at this point you're going to want to heat your grill as high as you can go. If you have a 3-burner system, which is what we're using today, you're going to want to crank all 3 burners as high as it can go, and then just start hitting that cowboy steak with some thick kosher salt, and you're going to want to get it on both sides. And again, you're going to want to apply it quite liberally on both sides because you're going to use that to kind of get a little bit of a crust on the steak. And the trick is, once you get both sides going, you can take a little bit, sprinkle it on your cutting board, and then just roll the outside edge of the cowboy steak in that so that you get salt on all sides of it. And so your grill is going to be about as high as it can go. We're looking for about 500 degrees, and then you're going to want to turn that middle burner all the way down, and that is going to be where we're going to use our indirect heat. So now you've got the cowboy steak and everything's hot. You're going to want to put it at a little bit of an angle on the back burner and go ahead and close that grill, and we're going to let that sit for about 2 minutes or so, and then you're going to want to pick it up and rotate it about 45 degrees and put it to a new spot on the grill, and that's going to give you those X marks that everybody's going to be looking for. And then after about 2 minutes on that side, you're going to want to flip it at this point and put it to a new spot on the grill, and you'll notice that we have those nice X marks, and that comes from putting it to a new spot every time you rotate or flip it. So we're going to do again about 2 minutes on this side. We're going to repeat, rotate, and at this point we're going to want to put a temperature probe in it, and we're going to move it to indirect heat, where we're going to cook it for about 12 to 15 minutes until we get to an internal temperature of 125. At that point, you're going to want to take the steak off and let it rest for a couple minutes. When it rests, all the juices are going to pull to the surface. You can actually see in this shot the juice is kind of bubbling out of the steak. You're going to want to let it rest for approximately 10 minutes or so. And then at this point, we are going to remove the bone, and that's very easy. You just take your chef knife and you cut along the bone, and it'll just very easily remove. And there's also still some good meat and fat on that bone, so don't throw it away. And then we're going to cut against the grain, so you can see where I've removed the bone there. I cut on the bias, give it a little bit of an angle, and here we're just going to cut a couple of strips off just so you can see. And we're going for about a medium rare here, and if you want it cooked a little more rare, you're just going to want to do less time on the indirect. Your char time is still going to be the same. And that is it. That is the cowboy steak. We get a lot of people that are intimidated by it because it is such a big cut of meat. They don't want to mess it up, and I always assure them that it is very easy, and if you follow these steps, it's going to be pretty much perfect anytime.